And so I've been feeling this intense transition, almost like a transfiguration, almost like a transubstantiation, where we're we're being transfigured into a new being. And it wasn't long ago, remember, we talked about the celestial body and the terrestrial body. We talked about that with Todd, and he was kind of sensing the same thing. And this transition is taking us to a whole new level we really don't know a whole lot about, but we're having some other people talk about, like Fiorella Giordano. She's one of the voices out there, and there's others that are talking about uh, uh, where we're going that I really start paying attention to. When more people are talking about it, you kind of have the sense that, well, God is doing something here. I need to pay attention, and I need to inquire of the Lord for myself to see how I need to change, what I need to step into, whether my mind perceives what's going on or not. I need to step forward into this. So that's why I shut down during Thanksgiving. It really wasn't to stop the meetings, but I wanted to focus on God and God alone. And God began to speak to me. He said, Terry, I'm removing you from the world. I go, what? Remove? I'm going to die? I'm going to get raptured? What's happening? He said, no, none of that. I'm removing you from the cares of this world, where your main focus has been from a position of humanity and performance to try to find out what I want you to do. There's nothing really wrong with that if he's got you there, but he wants to take me up into himself, into my celestial being, come out of my terrestrial being and come to that place where I'm seated in him, and that's where I operate from 24/7, 365. I'm no longer, I'm finding more peace and more rest about all the stuff going on in the this worldly realm. And I know that number one, there's places I govern in the night times, and I govern more powerfully and from the secret place, from the hidden place, than I do in what I've learned in traditional teachings. And so he's having me just abide in him at this higher place, this higher dimension in the celestial realms, and doing everything from that realm, and I only do what I see the Father do. And that seems to be a place where I didn't know I was not doing that. I had no idea that I need to really, how I was so focused on the earthly realm stuff, my own fleshly desires, my own fleshly opinions, and my thoughts that were not aligned with him. He wants an alignment with him, and I think that's part of this shift, is an alignment with him, an awakening to who we really are as a celestial being, and operate more from that realm than we do from a human realm, out of our humanity. And so it's been a really wild, the dreams have been increasing, and encounters have been increasing where I'm governing. A lot of times I'm just showing up in some place. I know Nicole and Jennifer do that too all the time, and some of what they're talking about has inspired me and helped me to know that I'm doing that. And so I want to say thank you, Jennifer and Nicole, for leading the way in the dream thing, and that's been powerful. It's been powerful for me to watch you guys come up with those dreams and what you're doing. It's just, I'm going, wow, this is the best dream team I've ever seen. I've been a part of some other dream teams, and they're doing stuff, and it's all from a traditional perspective of, let's look at a book and find out the interpretation, the symbolic meaning of whatever that dream is talking about. But these, what they're doing, they're having actual encounters of governing from a celestial perspective, rather than from this earthly realm of warfare and trying to figure out what I do from this realm. But they're operating from a higher realm. So I'm encouraged a lot by just following the group. I haven't been interacting there too much. I'm just watching and go, wow, this is so good. Everybody's having some good, powerful dreams that I think is progressive and taking us into a greater level of our divinity and moving us deeper and closer into as He is, are we in this world. And so I don't know if you remember, I looked up that word world in the concordance, and it actually means cosmos. So there's a whole different twist to the scripture. As He is, so am I in this cosmos. Or as He is, so am I in all creation. And so now I can step into, I said, there's just a limitation on just this world when we know everything's out there in the universe, all these planets and constellations and everything out there. Is like, why did He just say the world? And you look it up in the Strong's Concordance and it's cosmos. So as He is, so am I in all creation. And so I'm practicing my divinity by faith. Todd, you shared some amazing things with me today, how you see this thing perspective. And what I want to hear today is your perspective, each one of you, if you want to share. If you don't, that's fine too. But of what you feel this transition is all about. Basically, there was so much more. He said, I've shared with you guys before that Enoch was one of my heroes of the faith, and I think he's one of my board of governors that watches over me and leads me into some things that he did about immortality and righteousness and faith and purity and but also in governing. He was transfigured or went through a transubstantiation, total change of being from a human to an angel that's now over the 10 heavenly realms in charge of the angels. And so if you look at that in the book of Enoch, the 3 books of Enoch, it'll talk about all that. Just amazing. Like some of these angels, we think a 30-foot angel is a big angel. Some of these angels that lead these heavenly realms or dimensions are 2,500 walking years tall. In other words, how far can I walk in 2,500 years? That's how they measured time back in those days. How far can I walk in a year? Said one of their crowns is 500 walking years tall. It's like, just a crown is 500 walking years tall. So there's realms out there that we have yet to experience because we're so limited in our humanity, in our mindsets of what we think is true, and we're having to just enter His rest and lay all those things down and come to a place where we allow Him to expand and awaken us to all this truth that's coming now, because we've entered into a new threshold of revelation where all this thing is coming, and we're it's almost so fast now that it's kind of crazy. It's like, wow, it's boom, boom, boom every night, all day long. There's stuff happening that we can all assimilate into who we are and our purpose here in the cosmos. And so, I just had a lot of things that God confirmed to me about Enoch and my call to govern creation at a level where Enoch is standing now. I've seen myself standing beside Enoch in front of the Father many, many times. And God said, Terry, I see you again, this is not just me. I'm not any more special than you are. It's what I've stepped into and what I've agreed with before the foundation of the world. And so I think it's available. Realms and dimensions are available for us to access and be a part of that we have no idea of. This one for me is to be like or similar to Enoch, where he's governing the heavenly realms and the angelic realms. God said to me that even as Enoch, you're here like him so that you will govern creation. I go, wow, that's pretty huge. If Enoch is doing all these things in the heavenly realms with the 10 heavens and governing the angel that's in charge of each one of those. The books of Enoch talk about all that. What is my position looking like? What is my authority looking like? It's way beyond what I'm doing right now. I can guarantee you that. But I want to step into that. And and so I believe that that scripture, as he is so are we in this cosmos, is present tense, and it's available to me now. I'm stepping into it now, but I'm going through this maturation process, and I'm finding out this maturation process is in the peace and the rest, and not striving and try to jump through the hoops and do anything other than what I see the Father do. And so it's all about an intimate personal relationship with him that's going to get me into those places, because he knows my heart. He knows that I I'm really not I'm content where I am, but I'm not ever content with the full potential that's available for me. And I don't know, that's one scripture that kind of troubled me, because I'm never really content. I'm okay with being in this place, because I know everything is specific to my maturation and who I am. So I have to be uh, looking forward to greater things to come, because we move from glory to ever increasing glory. And so I'm all in with this thing, and I want to know from you guys, what are you sensing? What are you hearing? What's going on in your life? I believe everything is progressive, not only for me, but for you as well. And so I like iron sharpening iron, and I see in part, I prophesy in part. I don't have the full picture. I was talking to Todd today. I said, "Was like, I love your input," and that's what I like about this group, because everybody has a free, open, safe place that you can share, and nobody's going to say you're wrong. Everybody has a certain perspective on things and what's going on with them. So. Whoever wants to start, I just want to hear from you, and we'll just kind of carry on the conversation and see where this thing goes. I think it's tremendous, tremendous opportunity. If you feel like you're waiting and contending and tarrying and pressing in, just stop and just step in. Step in by faith. That's the greatest thing you can do, and just stay in a place of peace and rest. And that for me has caused more impact in what I'm doing, what I'm called to do, than striving to figure out how to do things. And although I do inquire of the Lord a lot, I believe most of it comes through that peace and rest and a contemplative prayer mode that I'm just not voicing. When I pray, I don't voice anything. I'm sitting at his feet to hear from him. Teach me, oh Lord, teach me, God. So I want to hear what you're saying. I want to see what you're doing. You don't need to hear my voice. You already know what's in my heart, so I don't need to talk at all. You talk. You tell me what's going on. You help me understand. You help me with what I need to do. So that's kind of where I'm coming from.